Welcome to It's Rafiq. After a long time, again I am going to start chapter 7, that is function in C. Now, why we are using function in a C program? We use function in a C program to make it reusable. Means we can use a function, a part of code again and again by just calling its name. So we can save it time. Even we can hide complex codes within a function. We'll just write the name and we'll call it and we'll do the work. Now first we'll know the some parameters, some name which are related to function. First it is function name. What is function name? When we are declaring a function in C program, first thing we have to give a return type. Means when we declare a function, our function must return us something. Like main function, we don't directly write main, we write int main. That means my main function is returning me int values. So this way, while we declare function, that time also we have to write a return type. We have to write a return type. Then first we'll write the return type. Suppose my function is returning integer values, numbers, so we'll write int. Now we'll give the name of the function. Suppose I use this function to find out the percentage, so I can keep it as a f percentage. Then within simple bracket we'll write the parameters. Parameter means the values which we pass through a function. Now how we'll pass the parameter? We'll write first data type, what type of value I am going to pass through the parameters. Suppose I want to send real values like decimal numbers 12.3 like that. So we'll write float total. So this we'll write, and at last we'll give semicolon. Remember, this one is declaration. So while we declare a function, we have to give semicolon, and after declare the function we also have to describe the function. That part we can do anywhere in our program. We may do after main function, before main function, it's our wish. So how we'll declare a function? First we'll write the function name. Like suppose the function name is int f percentage. Now we'll write the data type of the variable. What type of value I will accept to this function? So that is a float, and we'll write the name of the variable. We may also transfer some numbers through the parameters. Now here I am declaring the function or describing the function, that's why, or I am defining the function, that's why we will not give semicolon, we will give curly braces. We may give in same line or in next line also. Here we will write whatever we want to do. Suppose I want to write as int percentage equal total divide 6, and when my statements are finished in the function, that value, whatever result I am getting, that one have to return from the function. So I am returning percentage from this function, so we'll write return PERC. Did you remember? In main function we mostly write return 0 because we don't have to return anything. But here we have to return the percentage. That's why we will write return PERC. Then we will close the bracket. So at first line, this one is the declaration, function declaration, and this one is the function definition. Now directly it will not work in the program. We must call the function with parameters, then only it work. So how we'll call a function? Let us see this also. To call a function, we have to write the complete C program. Let's go to code block. Suppose I have to write a C program which add two number by using function. So first thing what we have to do, we have to write the header file, include std after that we will declare the function. Our function, suppose my function name is sum, so we'll write int sum. Then how many variable I am going to take as a parameter to the function. Suppose I want to take two variables, I want to add two numbers, so I will write int num1 int num2. As it is a declaration, so we have to give semicolon. Now we will write the main function int main, and inside main function first we'll declare the variable, whatever variable required, int num1 equal 5, int again int no need, num2 equal 6, then result or r, just r. Now semicolon. Now we'll come out from the main function at present. We'll define the function here. How we'll write the definition for the function? We'll write int sum, and we'll take the value as int num1 and int num2. Then as it is a definition, so we'll not give semicolon, we'll give bracket and we'll define the function here. So we'll write it here int result, or we can write r also, we can write result also, it's our wish. Result equal a plus b, semicolon, and we'll return the result here, return result. Now this is the definition part of the function, okay, and this line number 3, this is the declaration. We have did two part of the function. We did declare the function, we defined the function, but if we didn't call the function, it will do nothing. So we have to call the function also. How we'll call it? To call the function, we will write first we'll write first we'll write the variable name where I am going to store the value of the function, return type of the return of the function. So I am going to store in r variable, so we'll write r equal, my function name was sum, so we'll write sum, and within bracket we'll pass the value. The values are a and b, so we'll write just a comma b, and both are integer. And if we have to return, if we have to pass other values, one integer, one float, then while I am declaring, at that time only we have to define which one is integer, which one is float. As I am going to give only integer values, so we'll just write a variable name, that is num1 comma num2, and after that semicolon. Now whatever result will come here, that is stored in R, we have to display the value of R, so we'll write printf statement, and inside printf statement we'll write the sum is %d. On %d it will display the value of R, so we'll write comma R. We can give a semi slash n also, and after this statement semicolon. Now remember, printf, it is also a function, and inside the bracket or parenthesis we are passing these parameters, and this is also a function, and through the bracket we are passing these parameters. But printf is a predefined function which is already defined in some header file, but this sum is our user defined function which we defined ourselves. So this is the difference between user defined and predefined functions. Now let's run the program, build and run. Oh, there is some mistake because my variable was num1 and num2. Now let's build and run. So you can see here the sum is 11. Now as I am giving the number myself. Now what if I take the number from user only? How we can do that? Just here we'll cut the values and we'll write one printf statement, and here we'll write enter values of, or enter two values. Now we'll write scanf statement, and as I am accepting two values, so we can write %d, again %d, or just we'll write line wise %d, then ampersand num1 semicolon, again scanf %d ampersand num2 semicolon. Now let's see, build and run, asking me to enter two values, it's 7 and 9. Now it should come as 16, so the sum is 16. Now what if I want to do subtraction also? So we'll need another function. I can keep the function name as sub, so we'll write here one more function, we'll declare one more function, that is int sub, and in bracket int a int b semicolon. Now we have to define the function, definition is needed. Here the return type of the function is integer, it can return me integer values. The name of the function is sub, and to the function I have passed two parameters, that are integer variable a and b. Now we will define the function, so write int sub, and In parameter we'll write int a comma int b, and as it is a definition, so we'll not give semicolon. Inside bracket we will write result equal data type also we have to define, so int result equal a minus b, and will return the result. Now as you can see here, the sum function we have defined first, and in second we have defined the sub functions, means subtraction function at second part and sum function at the first part, and we have called already the sum function. Now we are going to call the subtraction function. So we need one more variable for to storing the result of subtraction. We may use another variable, that is, or in same variable also we can do. I will show it later on. I am taking one more variable, that is as. So I will write here as equal, my function name is subtraction sub, and I will pass the parameter num1 and num2, then semicolon, and I have to also display the result. For that I will write printf the difference is %d, then /n, and in place of d we are going to display the value of s, and at last semicolon, and the last line would be return 0. Now let's run the program. Asking me to enter two values, 16 and the next number is 7. Let's see. So the sum is 23, the difference is 9. Now what if I exchange their places? If I call subtraction function before the sum function, then what will happen? Will I get result? Will I get any errors? No, will not get any errors, because the first compiler will come to the main function, it will check, then after taking the input it will come to the line number 12, it will subtract, it will go to the sub function, subtract the values and store in as. Again it will go to the 13 line. Again here I have called sum function, it will go to the sum, inside sum it will calculate the numbers, again it will return back to the program. Then line number 14 it will display the value of r and s, and like this way it's done. Now can we store the result in a single variable? Is it possible? Yeah, we can do it. Just we'll write it here r, s will cut it from here, and this sum line we will cut from here and paste it. Oh, sum line will keep here only, and this difference line will cut it from here and will write just below the subtraction function, and here we will display the value of r. Now you will see I am using same variable r to store the both of the result. Now will it work? Let's see. Bracket not closed. Okay. Semicolon missing again. Now while you are typing program in C compiler, you will see sometime your cursor will be blinking. That means it is editing mode. And sometime your cursor will be like underline mode. That is overwriting mode. When you type something that suppose here I am typing something, that R will remove automatically. Like suppose I am giving here semicolon, you see R removed. Now if I change it to editing mode, now you can see the cursor is blinking. If I give semicolon here, the semicolon will come separately. So this you can do by using insert key on the keyboard. If your cursor is blinking, that is editing mode. If your cursor is like underline type, underscore type, that is overwrite mode. Now semicolon, and let's compile the program. Two values 10 and 6. As you can see, the difference is 4, sum is 16. But I have used here the same variable R to store both of the result. Now what if I change this line after the second function? Means if I change this line and if I write it after some function, means both the printf statement, if I write together, then what? Which result shall I get? Should I get? Let's see. The value is 10 and second value is 4. You can see both difference also 14, sum also 14. Why it is? Because at first it will come to line number 12. Now R value will be 10 minus 4, it is 6. Now after that the cursor will move to line number 13. Here again R equal sum num1 num2. Num1 num2 is 6 and 10 and 4. So 10 plus 4, it is 14. So as R is a variable, the value can be changed during the execution. So the first value will be exchanged to the next. First value will exchange in the next line. So when we have to store multiple results, better use multiple variables. So this way we can declare function in C programming. I hope you have understood. I don't know how much I am able to explain about it. We'll go to this in details in next video. Thank you for watching. See you in a new video. Till then, take care and bye.